This planet is devoid of even the most primitive forms of life. However, the crew has made quite a strange discovery. A mirror lying right in the center of a huge crater. A completely ordinary mirror in a frame, by all appearances in pristine condition. Take the mirror aboard the ship. The mirror now hangs on the wall in one of the compartments. It looks completely normal, however, only an hour after its arrival, the Voxmaster reports that the shuttle crew that delivered the mirror has disappeared. The people who hung the mirror has also disappeared. Even the enforcers who wandered into the compartment by mistake and stopped to fix his new non-regulation cravat has vanished without a trace. Oh no. Dispatch a group of servitors to smash the mirror. The team sent to destroy the mirror stopped responding the moment they entered the compartment. Blow up the whole compartment with the mirror inside. Deciding that half measures were not enough, the Lord Captain gave the order to blow up the compartment. The demolition team carried out the procedure with pinpoint precision, resulting in minimal damage to the rest of the vessel. However, the picture recorder in the servo skull sent to survey the situation showed that the mirror was not damaged in the slightest. Okay. The mirror was not damaged in the slightest, and it was now laying in the cavity left by the explosion. Use explosives first, then depressurize the compartment. It's the only way to ensure the cursed mirror is expelled from the ship. The ship's tech priest mournfully set to work, beseeching the machine spirit for forgiveness. After a series of targeted explosions, the depressurization procedures, they assured the Lord Captain that the mirror was gone. Just in case, all cavities were filled with blessed chalk, and the Binharic hymns were sung for 2 days and nights. There were no further incidents that the ship was able to continue, and the ship was able to continue on its journey. Oh, that was a very painful mirror to pick up. We lost crew and took severe damage to the ship. Oh, we got touched by the space combat.
Enemy contact! All hands, make ready to unleash our fury!
Alright, let's see what we can do here. So let's strafe to the side. Will that be enough? Yeah, it will. One step. And then we will do this one.
Unleash the power of our lance batteries. We have a destination to reach.
There we go. Shoot some more.
Deliver their demise.
Shoot some more.
Show them the fury of our macro cannons.
Let's see here.
Unleash the power of our lance batteries. Bring doom to our enemies.
No escape pods detected. No emergency beacon detected. No survivors
Rain
detected.
destruction upon our enemies. Set course with all haste.
Torpedoes first.
Deliver their demise.
Oh, couldn't he die?
I want to hear the macro cannons roar.
Yes.
Full ahead.
No one can outmaneuver House or Celio.
Plus steel. Right, so we can't even reach these places. That sounds weird. 3-3. We can get over here. Warp emanations have filled the plasma drive bay. Demons have spread out of thin air, are twisting the appearance and minds of the crew. Some of the Voidsmen are being tortured into mutant psychers. No, not tortured. Turned. Voidsmen are being turned into mutant psychers. This incursion must be stopped at once. Let's give military gear. The crew will receive military gear and get a chance to prove their worth by dispatching the Lord Captain's enemies. The victory over the Rogue Trader's enemies came at a high price. Still, the decks have been cleansed of warp spawn. Albeit it took the blood of hundreds Voidsmen to wash away the evidence of their presence. Removed from cargo, range weaponry, armor kit, melee weaponry. Okay, so that costs. So I'm using up equipment to skip the battle. At least I know what that does now. I think I'd rather do the battle next time. Rather do the battle. You know what? Let's set up another one. Now we have 5. I haven't had that much ever. A ship that once traveled the galaxy is now suspended in the silent void like the gnawed carcass of a giant monster. When the Rogue Trader's void ship approaches, the Vogue's master reports an incoming message. A colony of the Imperium subjects have made their home in the bowels of the ship. They welcome the Lord Captain. Visit the colony. So there are on just a ship sitting out in space. Kind of a weird. Welcome, your lordiness, please, please.
The Divine watches over us.
An initial survey of the vessel indicates that my exploratory brethren have already performed a requiem rite here. Further examination is inadvisable.
What about the sagacious marauders rooting around in the guts of this dead colossus of the void? Talk to them. Wisdom can be found in unexpected places, Shireen.
The plate reads Lathanos Pride. The name Lathanos surfaces in your mind. The history of a family from the Corona's Expanse who invested all they had in a family ship. The ship perished in the warp on their maiden voyage. The Lethano line never recovered from this crushing blow. Okay, so it's they used all their money to get lost.
Hey, old man, are your joints playing up? You're walking funny.
Fear not, Mistress Haydari, I am feeling perfectly well. I do so appreciate your thoughtful concern.
Thanks to Sister Argenta's efforts, the streets of Footfall are now a little cleaner. Destroying a cult cell is a worthy accomplishment.
Yes, it is a commendable deed. but knowing Footfall, it is unlikely that a place cleansed of heresy will remain empty for long. This station attracts foulness like... You understand?
A working area where fragments of the ship are dismantled in search of scraps of valuable metals or parts. So they are... That doesn't sound very good at all. Don't they need the ship to have its parts? A dump site of cut pieces of metal and other materials, probably from clearing out a path deeper into the ship. Okay. A tired-looking woman of intermediate age, clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure how to address you, and says simply, "Your lordship, please excuse me, I don't really know your name. Welcome to our little colony. May the light of the Emperor be with you and with us. My name's Reta Makizumova. I'm in charge here." Would you believe it? Well-spoken rabble. It is rather sweet in its own way. Go on then, amuse me. Tell me about yourself and this place. I'm gonna skip that one. Very high and mighty. What is this place? We just call ourselves Reda's crew. And this place is Reda's camp. That's it. We're recolligers, scavengers in common terms. She does not speak the word scavengers with any kind of disdain. On the contrary, there is dignity in her voice, the kind with which one would announce their affliction with a respected guild or a family. Okay, so she was proud about being a scavenger. Tossing a glance at Pascal, she grimly adds, "And our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking to us. For us." Pascal stares dispassionately at Reda with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not even considered the possibility that replying to this creature's words could be anything but other than heresy. Oh, okay, yeah, machine spirits and such, yeah. What do you do here? Right now, we're gutting this old heap of junk, slowly but surely. That's a recolliger's life for you. They drop us off some decrepit station on Aura Ancient Let's see. They drop us off at some decrepit station or an ancient battlefield, and we just sit there for years on end. We look for working tech or valuable materials or whatever else might be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job out there. These wrecks are chock full of kinds of dangers, but and I swear it on my plasma torch, it's an exciting one for sure. This little bird got all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is dead, but we do find working pieces now and again. We spent 2 whole months clearing out the shafts. This shaft we found. Finished just 3 days ago actually, and we found this thing a bit weird looking but still functional. Perhaps your lordship would like to buy this component from us. I'll bet that big ship you got could get plenty of use of it. Out of it. Pascal's wax crackles to life. Imperiously, he tells her. Present the object, laywoman. I will buy the component. Well, isn't this something? The Emperor himself must have smiled upon us. I mean, thank you, your lordship. You'll be pleased with the results. Item received. Magnus class rechargeable battery. Got a bunch of experience as well. You know, your lordship, it's kind of embarrassing to offer you this, but over in that corner there, we keep things we don't rightly understand or can't really use. You could send some of your people to check it out if you like. Clearly you know more about this stuff than us. You might find something useful. You got your own ship? No, not even close. A luxury like that. You could count recoilers. Recollagers. Who got their own ship on one hand. Okay, so they are spread out. So they're a group of scavengers and only a handful of them have a ship. An old worker's hand that got sucked into machinery 3 times and slashed by plasma cutter twice. We fly with whoever, mostly just taking our chances. Sometimes we hitch a ride on the promise that we'll pay with what we find later. Other times we find some other means, risky business obviously. 5 or so years back a crew got dropped off at an abandoned station, but something wasn't right with the life support system. The ship came back to pick them up 2 years later and found nothing but bodies. Yeah, that's a bad deal. And about 15 years ago, back before I had my first little one, a ship took 3 crews to locations that ran into pirates on the way back. The ships go out on expeditions for years at a time, so it was ages before anyone realized they were missing. And it was even longer before they remembered to the scavengers. Plus it took some time to find a ship that could check on them and pick them up. Long story short, all 3 crews had bought it. Yep. Can you tell me anything about this wreck? Not much. We're no eggheads, you know. We're manual labor. It's an ancient thing, pretty dangerous. And we don't really know much beyond that. Before we came here, the tech priest had done their own bit of gutting. I mean ritually. Bowing in the spirits, all that. Landlord don't tend to leave a whole lot of valuables behind. It's true, but it's way too scary to go in before them. And hey, we dragged a dozen of their broken servitors out of the mines after. The carcasses smell awful, but you can pluck the decent number parts out of a servitor and sell them. Doesn't seem like there's anything nasty living inside the wreck now, but the wreck itself is barely holding together. You go a couple of modules from here and that's it. You won't take another step without fearing that a broken reactor might cook you alive or a whole module might decompressurize. Well, it's nothing we haven't handled before, so we're having a poke at it, but We don't have a clue what this ship is or who it belonged to. You take pride in your trade, I see. Sure do. It takes skill and luck and good head on your shoulders. We risk our lives every day, crawling on top of these old buckets. If something goes wrong, we die. By the scores sometimes. One moment we're there, the next we're gone. Kind of like worker ants. But you know what, your lordship, our job also has something, how should I put it, poetic about it? Poetic? Hope you don't judge me too harshly and don't take it as an insolence, but some people, even big people like you, think too highly of themselves. Let's say your ship hops into the warp someday and doesn't hop out of it in time, and around 1,000 years later another gal like myself, who needs to feed her 3 ankle biters somehow, will be rifling through its remains, looking for anything good. That's just the nature of things. Each of us comes and goes, but the way the world works stays the same. We all have our lot in life, and mine is just as good as any other. Nonsense. There are those who are great and those who are nothing, and that's the nature of things. Dogmatic. Iconoclast, you speak as if the world is set in stone and none of us can change anything for the better. We're going with that. Those are some big things you're talking about. Way out of my depth. Change for the better? Heck, that'll be nice. If I was younger and didn't have 3 youngsters back home, maybe I would dream about stuff like that too. But as it is, I've got no time for dreaming. I've gotta work. I gotta work. Yep. That is true. I can take you from this place. It's not safe here, and sooner or later it will drift somewhere so remote that nobody will ever find you again. But this is our whole livelihood, your lordship. You will take us from here, and what are we gonna do? Sit in some hold, slaving away? Here we're got our own colony, our own operation. No, this is our path, and we don't stray from it. Okay. I see. Your lordship, please don't take it as insolence. Okay, and dialogue. She had said that part before, so I don't want to read it again.
I rise above hardships.
A damaged safe. The contents of similar safes are destroyed when hacking is attempted. You should not try to open it just like that, but something from the environment could help. Small selection of valuable finds, carefully sorted and packed.
Accomplished!
Among the wreckage was an instruction manual for the duty officer on how to access the safes. You can obtain the codes to the safes by logging into the ship's cogitators. Okay.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Let's see, we need to find a functional cogitator then. The simple machinery and tools look a little worn but well maintained. The apparatus gurgles and emits a strong smell of alcohol. Probably not the industrial variety.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
The cognitators appear to be inoperative.